Shalom, shalom, mishpaka. I hope you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful yom. That is how it's said in the Hebrew. Aniya habatab, mishpaka. That means I love you, family, in Hebrew. I just opened this. This is not the reason for my video, but I gotta read it. It's Proverbs 19, Mishli 19. Better is the poor walking in his integrity than one of perverse lips, who is a fool. Also, desire without knowledge is not good. He who hurries with his feet sins. The foolishness of a man perverts his way, and his heart is wroth against Yahweh. Wealth adds many friends, but the poor is separated from his friend. A false witness does not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies does not escape. Many entreat the favor of a noble, and all are friends to him who gives gifts. All the brothers of the poor shall hate him. How much more shall his friends go far from him? He pursues promises, they are gone. He who gets hurt loves his own life. He who guards understanding finds good. A false witness does not go unpunished. It says it twice. And he who breathes out lies perishes. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, much less for a servant to rule over a prince. A man's discretion makes him patient, and his adorning is to pass over a transgression. The sovereign's wrath is like the roaring of a lion, but his delight is like the dew of the grass, and a foolish son is a calamity to his father. And the contentions of a wife are a continual dripping. Houses and riches are the inheritance from fathers, but an understanding wife is from Yahweh. Laziness makes one fall into a deep sleep, and an idle being suffers hunger. He who guards the commands guards his life. He who despises his ways dies. He who shows favor to the poor lends to Yahweh, and he repays his deed. Discipline your son because there is expectation, and do not set your being on his destruction. One of the great wrath bears punishment. For if you rescue him, you only have to do it again. Listen to the counsel and accept discipline, so that you are wise in your latter end. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the counsel of Yahweh that stands. What is desirable in a man is his loving commitment, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of Yahweh leads to life, and he remains satisfied. He is not visited by evil. A lazy one buries his head in a dish and does not bring it back to his mouth. Strike a scoffer, and the simple is made wise. And reprove one who has understanding, and he discerns knowledge. He who plunders a father chases away his mother. Is a son causing shame and bringing reproach? Cease, my son, to hear discipline, and you shall stray from the words of knowledge. A witness of Belial scorns right ruling, and the mouth of the wrong ones devours wickedness. Judgments are in store for scoffers, and beatings for the backs of fools. So I like that. Thought that was very, very good. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are the ones that are mourning, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the poor in the Ruach, because theirs is the reign of the heavens. Blessed are those who mourn, because they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, because they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, because they shall be filled. Blessed are the compassionate, because they shall obtain compassion. Blessed are the clean in heart, because they shall see Elohim. Blessed are the peacemakers, because they shall be called sons of Elohim. Blessed are those persecuted for righteousness' sake, because theirs is the reign of the heavens. Blessed are you when they reproach and persecute you, and falsely say every wicked word against you for my sake. Rejoice and be glad, because your reward in the heavens is great. For in this way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt becomes tasteless, how shall it be seasoned? For it is no longer of any use, but to be thrown out and be trodden down by men. You are the light of the world. It is impossible for a city to be hidden on a mountain. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it shines to all in the house. And let your light so shine before men, so that they see your good works and praise your Father who is in the heavens. And do not think I came to destroy the Torah or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to complete. And for truly I say to you, till the heaven and the earth shall pass, not one yod or tittle, that's jot, comma, shall by no means pass from the Torah, till all be done. Whoever then breaks one of the least of these commands and teaches men to do so shall be called the least in the reign of the heavens. But whoever does not and teaches them, but whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the reign of the heavens. For I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you shall by no means enter into the reign of the heavens. You heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to the judgment. But I say to you that whoever is wroth with his brother without a cause, interesting, shall be liable to judgment. And whoever says to his brother, Raka, shall be liable to the Sanhedrin, which is the judges. But whoever says, you fool, shall be liable to the fire of Gehinnom, otherwise known as hell, which doesn't really exist. If then you bring your gift to the slaughter place, and there remember that your brother holds whatever against you, leave your gift there before the slaughter place, and go. First make peace with your brother, and then come and offer your gift. So your prayer means nothing. You shouldn't even utter out a prayer before the Father, before Yahweh, until you come into peace with your brother or your sister. Be well-minded with your opponent promptly while you are on the way with him, lest your opponent deliver you up to the judge, and the judge to the officer, and you be thrown into prison. And truly I say to you, you shall by no means get out of there till you have paid the last quadrans. You heard that it was said of those of old, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you, everyone looking at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery, and with her in his heart. And if your right eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out and throw it away from you. It is better for you that one of your members perish than your entire body be thrown into Gehinnom. Wow. Brothers and sisters, we have a couple of brothers that are on ventilators. I'm not sure if I should mention the names right now. I'm waiting for that confirmation. And if you're watching this, you can put the comment down below their names. I'm not sure if you had permitted to release the names. And so in the meantime, pray for two brothers that are in the hospital on ventilators. They are fighting for their lives. I've been praying for both of them. I don't want to say too much because I don't know what I'm permitted to say, but be praying for them. Be praying also. There's many brothers and sisters going through right now. A lot of the fire has been turned up. It has been really turned up, and it's been turned up really high on everyone. And so this is how I look at it. Father needs us ready and prepared for what's coming. How can we be ready and prepared for what's coming if we're not quite there yet? It is through tribulation and trials is how we shed these awful things. And so he reveals our hearts to us in certain circumstances. Some of us need to control ourselves better when you're at a weak moment. Some of us need to stop talking, control our lips, control the tongue. All of us need to do that, actually. Some of us need to reprimand ourselves when we murder our brothers and sisters in the heart. I mean, as soon as the thought comes in, say, Yahweh, rebuke it, because we're not supposed to. And so the fire has been turned up like unbelievably for many, many, many. I get many emails, and it's the same thing. We're going through. It's really hard right now. Please pray for me. Pray for my family. And so let's keep our brothers and sisters in mind. I want you all to know that I love you and that you're not alone. I'm going through as well. All of us are going through. We're walking in this together, even though we're not together physically. We're walking the same path together. And so know that you're not alone and you can reach out to me for anything. It is very hard. And we foresee what's going on. We have the mpox that is spreading like wildfire. Father did warn in one of my last videos. I forget. It was one of the warnings from him to prepare for a pandemic. And it seems as though this could be that one. And so it seems to be affecting children. This one, it's not from male to male as the first one was. This is different. It's being passed from sneezing, coughing, touching, being near each other, rubbing skin, wearing clothes, whatever, and it's affecting children. So, the first one didn't affect children all that much, so they need to kind of scare people. Be prepared. The powers that be like to do things that will move you to an utter freak out, but you have the Most High. You need to understand that. We are moving towards famine. That's obvious and evident every time you go into the grocery store. I have seen so many people today in the grocery store, and they were deciding gas or food, and like the look on their face was horrific. And I'm in the same boat as well as you. We're all in that same boat. It is really difficult. And some of us can't just have a huge food forest in our backyard. So it's difficult. I have been blessed this year with a pretty amazing garden. The sun is so beautiful. Praise Yahweh. A lot of the things didn't come in. Like the cucumbers, they didn't come in. It was very bizarre. It was very short-lived, and it died. And I got like 2 cucumbers out of last year. I got like hundreds of cucumbers. It was so many I had to give them away. It was insane. But what I lack in one, I got an abundance in another. So I didn't get any apples. I didn't get any fruit this year from any of my fruit trees, which is bizarre. But I did get a ton of tomatoes. So, like I said, what we lack in one, we are abundant in another. And so, and then I lost my entire chicken flock, which was my egg source. So, and I don't want to buy any until spring. I want to see what's going to happen from here. I don't want too many responsibilities. Should something go down and I need to go and we need to leave, right? I don't want to leave any animals behind. So um, it is definitely getting harder. It is definitely getting very trying. Um, some of us are dealing with mold. Actually, a lot of people in Yah are dealing with mold issues. Praise Yah that He's revealed it, right? And so now we got to deal with it. And my mold seems to go away, and then I find more, and then it's like, are you kidding me? And it's just like this never-ending, perpetual, fluctuating roller coaster of a nightmare. But Father is seeing us through, and it's amazing. Trying to think of anything else. I try not to watch too much of the politics because I feel like it's a clown show. It's just like two evil people. One is lesser than the other, but they're both evil. They're both brothers cut from the same cloth. So I try not to get like all ensnared in that. But we are to be watchmen and watch. And so I'm watching our troops go over to Ukraine, and that's disheartening, very messed up. Palestine is still hurting pretty bad. I don't know if you all are aware of what the Israeli government, their military force teams are doing to the Palestinian people, but it is absolutely disturbing. And no one can sit here and tell me that they keep the Torah when they're raping, sodomizing children, teenagers, adults, men and women alike, and forcing them to undress and be naked and beating them and shoving things up inside of them and just horrible, electrocuting them. That is not a father. That's wicked. That is wicked. That is Zionism, 110%. And so, while I'm able to say these things without being censored, I'm going to say them. I am anti-war on all sides. I am for peace, and I want the people of Palestine to be free. I want those children to be able to eat and to wake up and to have a life, as well as the Israelis as well as anybody that's innocent and good. This is gross, what's going on. And I don't condone the Israelis whatsoever, because they may be the chosen people. They are not the chosen people of the Most High. The chosen people of the Most High were put on ships and sent over here to America. You need to get yourself the book, The 13th Tribe, written by one of the Khazarian Jews that lived in the land. He is now dead. He's deceased. But he wrote about his people being of European descent and stealing the land. And it was from the Reich of Hitler. And the Palestinian people were forced to leave that land. It was their land to begin with. And so you need to unlearn what you've learned in school and relearn true history, real history that has been kept from us. Father is about truth, not about darkness and lies. He's about truth. Am I saying that there's bad and evil people entirely in Israel? No. But it's run mostly by Zionism and not so great governments and not so great people. And so you need to understand that. It shouldn't be just one-sided. I am anti-war, anti-harm, anti-rape, anti-starvation, anti-all of that. It's disgusting. It is absolutely gross. And so we need to pray. We need to pray for Father's will to be done, of course, always and forever his will to be done. And to usurp this wickedness. The bride and the Ruach say, come. The Spirit and the bride say, come. I say it every day, but we all still need refining. We cannot stand before our Mashiach unrefined, unpolished, because we won't get in. This isn't a once saved, always saved, do as you please. That's not true. And so this walk is hard. And rest assured that if you're having a really hard walk, odds are you are on the path of righteousness. If you are being rejected by everyone because what you're following, you are on the path of righteousness. So give yourself a pat on the back and praise Yahweh with your lips. That is the sacrifices, and that's one thing he's been showing me. Do not praise me with your lips and then murder from your heart and your lips and your mind your brother and sister. Do not set traps and snares for them either. These are all wicked and from the wicked one, and they are stumbling blocks, and they will be judged harshly by the Most High. And so we all have a lot to work on. A lot. Yeah. It's beautiful, the sun. I don't know if you can see it. So beautiful. Father is good, and he will protect his people. And there is a remnant that he's protecting. And there's going to be people coming out of the great tribulation through the trib. The 144 is going to walk them out of that trib. And so it's going to be a lot more people like forsaking churchianity, religions, and like dropping it and saying, this is ridiculous. Obviously, we're doing something wrong. We got all these judgments against us right now. We're going through, and we're about to go through. Some of the curses in Deuteronomy is the resident alien will grow stronger and stronger and stronger in your land and take over and have your jobs and take your houses and take your money and take your food, and they will grow as the ones that are the residents of the land, the natives of the land, they will grow weaker and weaker and weaker. Is this not happening in America right now and in Europe? I mean, the UK is just a mess right now. And don't be surprised, because they have been planning this since the beginning, through your TV, through your radios, through your religions, through teachings in school. They have been dividing and conquering all these years, all these decades and decades and decades, to the point of this, where everybody is just against each other and fighting with one another, hating with one another. It is manipulation at its best. It is MK Ultra at its best right now. It's manipulation. They do this to you. They lock you down. They do whatever they need to keep you slaved. Prepare is going to be so bad. It's going to be bad. What we see in our sister country, the UK, is going to happen here. It always does. Just prepare. Just prepare. And if you're saying, I'm not watching it, I'm just going to stay in my little world, well, you're a watchman on the wall. You should know what's coming. You should be prepared. You should be at Father's feet. You should be asking him what to do and how to do it. You should be praying for your brothers and your sisters and all of those that are going to come in, praying for your family and your friends who don't believe or are stuck in a religion or being controlled and manipulated by government and religion. You need to pray for these people. Like hardcore pray. Because it is going to be really bad. You need to look up on Google, if they haven't taken it down yet, Albert Pike's 3 World Wars. Read it. Your jaw will drop to the floor. That's happening right now. And the other wars happened scriptly, exactly the way it was written. Yep. Therefore, O man, you are without excuse, everyone who judges. For in which you judge another, you condemn yourself, since you who judge practice the same wrongs. This is Romans 2. And we know that the judgment of Elohim is according to the truth against those who practice such wrongs. And do you think, O man, you who judge those practicing such wrongs and doing the same, that you shall escape the judgment of Elohim? Or do you despise the riches of his kindness and tolerance and patience, not knowing that the kindness of Elohim leads you to repentance? But according to your hardness and your unrepentant heart, you are treasuring up for yourself wrath in the day of wrath and revelation of righteous judgment of Elohim, who shall render to each one according to his works. Yeah. Yeah. Hallelujah. In the freedom with which Messiah has made us free, stand firm then, and do not again be held with a yoke of slavery. See, I shall say to you that if you become circumcised, Messiah shall be no use to you. Everybody gets stumbled by this. There is no more circumcision of the flesh. It is spiritual, to be born from above and from water. Circumcision of the heart first. And if Father so moves you to be circumcised in the flesh, man, then do it. Right now it's spiritual. Spiritual Israel. It is spiritual Israel. Become then imitators of Elohim as beloved children, and walk in love, as Messiah also has loved us, and gave himself for us as a gift and an offering to Elohim for a sweet-smelling fragrance. Ephesians 5. But whoring and all uncleanness, greed of gain, let it not be named among you, as it is proper among set-apart ones, as is proper among set-apart ones. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor coarse jesting, which are not fitting, but rather thanksgiving. For this you know, that no one who whores, nor unclean one, nor one greedy of gain, who is an idolater, has any inheritance of the reign of the Messiah and Elohim. Let no one deceive you with empty words, for because of these the wrath of Elohim comes upon the sons of disobedience. Therefore do not become partakers with them. For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Master. Walk as children of light. Hallelujah. That is all. That's all I'm going to say right now. Deuteronomy chapter 5, Exodus 19. These are the commandments. Learn them. They should be your frontlets, and they should be your right-hand deeds. This is the name written upon you, Father's name. Go in shalom. I love you. Pray for everyone. Pray for those two brothers on the ventilators that need prayer. Shalom, shalom.